excited for the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie. It's been a while since I've seen a movie. I want to say the 80s with Dolph Lundgren was the last time we had a Masters of the Universe movie. But now we have a really great one coming out, and Mattel did an awesome line of Masters of the Universe figures based on that movie that we showed you in our Toy Fair video, so go check that out. And Mattel was great enough to send us some review samples of this upcoming line. So thank you to Mattel for sending us both one of the standard figures and the deluxe figures. Now, we had a great breakdown in that video of the difference between them. It's going to be a lot of articulation, a lot more detail, premium packaging, as you can see here. Although the standard line still looks really great. We were quite impressed with that, still pulling off that likeness, still pulling off a lot of great detail. But the deluxe line, of course, is really going to stand out. So we got one of each to show you guys the difference. Now, these should be hitting shelves, I believe they said around April, May timeframe. So just a little early. So they could start popping. Sometimes they pop up a little bit sooner, but around spring timeframe there, later spring. So be on the lookout for those. But why don't we go get into checking these out right now. All right, starting off with our card back, we have He-Man and Skeletor facing off here in the standard line. We have our characters here. We have Teela, He-Man, and Beastman. Little description like power levels, strength, combat, intelligence. So really harking back to the 80s line when we had these kinds of things on the back of cards. So that's kind of cool. We get a little description here. Teela, warrior goddess. And then we have our figure here. And I think it's a decent likeness of Camila Mendes playing the character on screen. She comes with a couple of accessories. So we have a little pistol here, and then we have a little sword here as well. So we got a holster on the side, but it's not a functioning holster. But she does have articulation here. Let me just drop this in her hand. We can see how difficult that is. That fits in there really nice. It's got a little figure for the trigger that wraps around it. We have wrist articulation. We have elbow articulation. We have shoulder articulation. We have a head on a ball joint. The waist just turns. It does not bend. We have a hip articulation here, and we have a knee articulation. And that is the extent of it there. But pretty good articulation for the I don't want to say entry-level line, but the standard line. And then she could hold the sword here. So the hands are a little malleable, easy to bend to get these weapons in, but they're strong enough that they grip the character, grip the weapon, and don't have it loose in there. So not bad for the entry-level line. I mean, there's some nice detail on the hair too. Yeah, I mean, this is what you kind of want to see, and this is sort of the new articulating standard in most figures too. So it's not just 5 POA or something like that. There's a lot of articulation there, which is really nice. So she's got a nice range of motion. So it's a really good figure, even in the standard line. So I'm really impressed with that, and we were kind of impressed with that at Toy Fair. I know a lot of you guys had those comments like how nice they look just being in the standard line. So these are really cool. And there was quite an extensive line we saw, so this is this is not it. And there's going to be a lot of characters in the standard line here, so you should be able to get the full range. But very nice, particularly in the face. The paint applications look sharp. That's like that realism you want to see, but you would expect to see on a much higher priced figure. So pretty good value, I want to say, in that standard line figure. So yeah, I mean, really, really impressed with how they just started in this line with the packing a lot into a little character there. So that is our standard line. What we want to check out now is the deluxe line. Now the box that we saw at Toy Fair, this is it. It has a mural of He-Man versus Skeletor on the side. If you have the two of them together, you can see them facing off in the front here, side by side. So the package really shows off. You got your likeness of Nicholas Galitzine, the actor there. And then you can really see there's going to be much more articulation, much more detail. It's showing you the other figures in the line. You got Man-at-Arms and Triclops there, but much, much more detail on this figure. And he comes with premium accessories. So you got like the power sword there with that leather grip wrapped around there. So that's a really nice likeness there. He's going to have alternate hands for the figure. So he's going to have just a lot on there. So let me grab him and we can unpackage him while I'm telling you. He's going to be secured in here pretty well. He's going to have those little plastic tabby things on there that, you know, have become standard in the industry that are always a pain for me to try to remove because I don't want to hurt the figure. But the best way to do that is to just grab him from the back and then take them out with some sprue cutters. So here's our character, and apologies for the sound. And this is, yeah, this is extremely premium. You could tell the look on it. Starting with the articulation, he's got the wrist, he's got that double elbow, he's got that upper bicep articulation, he's got the shoulder articulation, he's got that, I want to say, new industry standard chest articulation, where the joint here moves forward. So it really covers a lot more range of motion, allows you to get in front of the character. So that's really cool. So you could hold a sword like in front. I mean, look at that kind of like translucent crystal element to the chest here. And then he's got this leather wrap. It's sitting on top. It looks like you could take it off right here. That looks like these are removable mounts. Holster for the sword. Then he's got his loincloth, or whatever you call that there. That's kind of layered on. So it's kind of neat. It gives it like it's floating there. Gauntlets on the wrists. He's got his boots and his ankle. So continuing our articulation, he's got the ab articulation there. Let's see if he could turn. Yeah, he could turn left and right. So he's got double articulation in the midsection. He's got the hip articulation up here. He's got a double knee, and then he's got an ankle articulation. So a ton of posability for this figure. Great likeness in the head. He's got the ball joint there. I mean, wow. This is really cool. So he has two sets of hands. He has the standard hands. I want to say they're weapon holding hands. And then he has fists. So you can make fists here with his hands as well. We're just going to do a quick test. I always like doing a hand check to see how difficult it is to remove them. So that one came off pretty easy. There's a peg on here instead of a peg in the hand, which I always prefer. And that mounted on pretty easy. So now he has his fist, so he could punch or pump his fist here. And then we're going to put the sword in the hand. We'll see how difficult this is to get in there. So first of all, we should just test it in the holster. That works really well in the holster. I really like how that turned out. And then we'll give it a quick shot in the hand here. So the hand is a little tough, but you want a good grip on the sword. So he could grip his sword. He could throw his sword up in the air. He has the power now. So really nice display ability for the figure here. I think it's pretty cool. And he has that, I'll show you what I mean about that chest articulation. So this is something that I don't see in a lot of figures, and I really appreciate it when anybody does this. It's just the ability to get hands around the front of the figure like this. Let's see, it was working a second ago. So like if I get that second grip in there, then you could have the sword sort of like in front of you like this and hold it in a different pose. Now most characters or figures can't do that because they don't have that articulation. The arm just kind of gets stuck here, and that would be like the full range of motion would kind of like conclude right here, and you would not be able to cross it in front. But with this chest articulation, you could get it all the way in front. So it has a much more realistic type of posability to it. So it's a nice engineering for figures. I really appreciate it when someone puts that in there. And it definitely belongs in a premium figure, which this is a premium figure. So very, very nice. So you can tell size comparison in the, I mean, yes, female character going to be a little bit shorter, but with the deluxe, they're a little bit taller. So you're getting like a whole another inch in the scale here to bring these guys up a little bit, just to make them a little bit, give them that more detail. They're going to need a little bit more real estate. But you could tell the difference in the sort of stylizing of these characters. I mean, just look at the gauntlets, how much more paint applications are on them, how much they're kind of sitting on there, much more articulation, that extra joints in the upper body as well, and then all that additional attention to detail on the armor and to the weapons with the additional paint job here on the wrapping. So that is side by side your standard line. I don't have He-Man to compare it side by side, but this is side by side with your standard line and your deluxe line here in the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie collection from Mattel. Okay, so 26 April is when these will be hitting shelves. $24.99 for the standard line, $39.99 for the deluxe. There are a lot more deluxe figures. We showed you at Toy Fair. Go back and check out the video. Still surprising that this is only the standard line. A lot of detail in there, particularly in the face. They had that photorealism. It has its accessories, it has its look, it has a lot of articulation, a lot more articulation than we see in standard line figures. So it's a really nice entry point, I think. And then, yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing, the $39.99 one. I really like it. Even the hair is layered on there. I mean, great likeness. It's got everything you would want in a deluxe figure, particularly at that price point. It comes with even the premium packaging. I mean, just the translucence on the crystal here, the removable armor. It surprised me more. I didn't pick up this detail when I saw it at Toy Fair, so it's kind of cool to get my hands on it and be able to check out the articulation, to check out the posability, the playability. It looks really, really cool. So if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, you're excited about the film, you're looking to display this on your shelf, these are great pieces. I'm going to have to go and pick up Skeletor. I mean, again, thank you to Mattel for sending these to us. But yeah, I'm going to have to get more now. I'm kind of hooked. So this is definitely really cool. It's just been so long since I grew up with Masters of the Universe, saw the movie back in the 80s, thought it was amazing. But everything that was amazing. So yeah, the new film really does look amazing. So excited about that as well. So check these out. I'm not sure when they're going up for pre-order. They might be in the next couple weeks, but again, 26 April should be the on-shelf date or the release date there. So stay tuned for those. Stay tuned for more news from Masters of the Universe. We'll bring you the next wave of reveals. That should be around the same time frame in April. From what we understand, they'll be revealing more characters. It's just waiting on the next trailer. So there are more. They just can't reveal characters that haven't been revealed yet. So that is all for this time. As always, like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys next time.